Wake up, O soul, be clothed in power divine. Wait not, O soul, be nourished in the vine. By faith lay hold of.
Hello everyone, I still remain my humble self, I'm Emmanuel Jochibet, the founder of Wake Up to Reality movement, and we are here to do justice to one particular issue that has been trending in the society and even in the nation. It's the issue of rape. It's the issue of rape actually. And as you can see in the house, I'm not here alone. I'm here with my friends and colleagues, and they are by names
Adejumo Fumilayo
and
Emmanuel Omuka.
Alright, Ms. Adejumo Fumilayo and Mr. Emmanuel, you are welcome to the Wake Up to Reality movement
Thank you.
show tonight. So I just want to start with this little story about a young girl that was molested and she was assaulted by rape when I was in school. This young girl, she's very beautiful and she has a good posture. So the reason I'm bringing this story to our hearing this hour is because when we want to talk about rape, I think we need to paint some scenarios that will make us understand what we're talking about. I want to help us know the causes of rape, and this story will help you to actually get what I want to say. This young lady, she's very beautiful, has a good posture, and there's one thing she do here that they call bum shot. It exposes all her labs, and she wears all about the street like that. She doesn't feel that it's bad. So there was a night where I'm in my lodge, and she's also in her lodge also. We heard a shout from their own compound, just to hear in the morning that some guys paid them a visit and they took them to the bush and they were raped. And the most funny part of the issue is that they brought them back to the lodge. They raped them and they brought them back. And I later did some findings and I got to understand that this young lady is still a kind of girl that insults guys whenever they come to give an approach. And I think that's bad enough. Please don't do that as a young lady. So again, and I want to say that in the society right now, it doesn't look at it as bad wearing all those short things for bum shot. Please, we can help our guys by avoiding that. But to my guys, my fellow guys out there, please, rape is not good. Don't do it. No matter what the girl is putting on, it doesn't cause your attention. Please discipline your mind, discipline your views. Don't be tempted. Don't be attracted to what does not belong to you. Deal with your emotions. So I will just give this time to Mr. Emmanuel to help us do justice to the topic, effects of rape in our society. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Bro Emmanuel. Okay, first of all, what is rape? Okay, I have here that rape is a type of sexual assault, usually involving sexual intercourse or other forms of sexual penetration carried out against a person. Now, it is expedient to know that most females are the victims of rape. That's undoubtedly right, and many times it's through a physical force or through threats. Now, in some universities, we heard about some lecturers who, through one reason or the other, brought a threat against some female students that could also be related to rape or rape action. However, now, what are the effects of rape? Now, have you been sexually abused, or have you been forced into sexual intercourse against your will? Now, these might be the major effects of this rape action. Number one, it causes psychological trauma. Really, without doubt, the rape action damages the mind, most especially when the victim remembers the occurrence. It only takes the grace of God to actually get rid of such trauma and memory, because the person will always be at unrest, and you cannot really deliver at your optimal level when you remember such occurrence. So number one, psychological trauma. Some diseases are related to rape action. For example, pelvic inflammatory diseases. This is an infection that is always in the female reproductive organ. Now, apart from that, there are contacting some sexually transmitted diseases, including HIV and AIDS. Okay, this is how bad rape action could be. Number 3 effect of rape could also be unwanted pregnancy, and most times leading to abortion. Okay, we can see why abortion has been rampant in our society today. So we can also say it is one of the major effects of rape. Number 4, depression, just like the psychological trauma. But no, the depression, you cannot actually be at your best when you are depressed, most especially when related to rape action, because your thoughts, your emotions are all affected. In fact, you can never be motivated as well. Number 5, suicidal action.
That's serious.
Most persons who are victims of rape think, what is in for me again? I'm smelling, I'm not myself anymore. In fact, life has no meaning to me. It's just better I just take off my life. Because when such person thinks about the occurrence, it gives no other option than to take one's life. So these are some of the effects of rape that we can see.
Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel.
You're welcome, sir.
Before I move to the next topic online, there's one issue that just happened recently, and we all know about it. On May 27th, last month, we know what happened, and we heard about one young lady, the University of Benin student, that was raped. Not only raped, but she was killed. I saw the pictures and I watched some videos, and that was why I brought this up. I was angry, and I was angry in my spirit. And recently again in Ibadan, Akinyele local government to be precise, one young girl of a teenager was raped to death. Those things happening cause me, it aroused something in me, and I think I should bring this up for us to know. And thank God this topic is going to be handled by a lady, and I believe she's going to do justice to it. So expect from
something,
her. Expect from her. She's going to be discussing, and she's going to be telling us how we can actually prevent rape. Because we know we can't really,
no particular solution.
Yes, no particular solution. But I want her to help us with preventive measures.
Yeah.
And she's a lady, and I believe she's going to do well. Mrs. Fumi Adejumo, thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, everyone. Just like he said, preventive measures. One thing I want you to understand when it comes to preventive measures is that we have different approach. We have the individual approach, we have the government approach, we have the religion aspects in it. We also have the parental approach, societal approach. We have different approaches. So first of all, I'm going to talk about the individual approach. As a lady, there are some things that you shouldn't do or you must not do in order to prevent such occurrence. For instance, you can't be walking in the dark alone and you expect that something is not going to happen because you don't know who is by your side. So once you are going, you should make sure that you tag along with someone follows you. You don't just walk in the dark just like that. And again, you also have to look at the way you dress. You can't be wearing something very short, all your cleavages are showing, and then and someone rape you and you'll be blaming the person. Because you have to cover, you dress modestly. You can't just expose yourself, you open your laps, you sit anyhow, and then you expect everything to be okay. It's not just gonna it's not going to work like that. So you have to make sure that you dress well, you know where to go. You can't go to a party and you are drinking anyhow, you are just living recklessly and you expect that things like this. So so you, as an individual, those are some of the things that you can do to prevent some of these actions. Even if you are going to a guy's house, you make sure that you tag along with someone, or you meet in a public place. You can ask your friend, okay, why don't we meet in an eatery or in a place that is open? If you are in an open place, the person cannot rape you. It's not possible. It's only when you are in a private place alone. So I think that's what we can do as an individual.
Just Fumi Adejumo, please, before you continue, I want to speak on this point. I want to ask some questions. When we talk about going to guys tagging with someone, wearing something decent, I love that.
What I see came to know of recently, which I've been knowing, but recently I saw it online, that a young girl of 8 was molested by an old man. A man that told his wife, he molested his young lady. And the one that happened at Ibadan, this young lady was going to take a bath, and they met her at the backyard and they raped her to death. You get? So, talking about wearing decent, these people, these set of persons I'm mentioning to you now, they are not out. They are not, you know, they are just in their room. They are wise in the church reading, and they went to kill her. So, Miss, what can you say to that?
Well, yes, thank you very much for that. Actually, the thing is that no matter how you dress, whether you dress decently or you don't even dress decently, it's not an excuse for rape. There are some men that it doesn't matter whether you cover yourself from head to toe. They just have, you know, that spirit in them to do such things. So I think that's where the government come in, because, you know, for you to have dressed modestly, you know, you watch where you go to, you have done your own path as an individual. So that's where the government comes in. You know, in such cases, the government is meant to take action. You know, rape is a very serious issue. You can imagine, like you said, an old man raping a girl of 8. I also read on the newspaper one time that a man came for a naming ceremony and he raped the baby, and the baby died. And that was a baby that was, I think, a week old. So that kind, I feel personally they should be sentenced to, you know, maybe life imprisonment.
Street measures.
Yes.
Street measures.
Because, you know,
approach.
we talk about governmental approach, but in this country, you know, you will see cases of men raping women and then they are not doing anything about it. So the government have to come in place. They should make sensitization programs. They should go to schools. They should educate them on rape, how to prevent this, give them the right numbers to call when such happen, who they can call. That's why we have counselors. And also, as parents, you let your children know right from when they are young. You tell them, if anyone wants to touch your private part, tell the person, like, report the person to me, at least so that they will have someone they can communicate that to. So I think that's something the government should do. They should take the law, you know, very, very seriously and not something to be, you know, take lightly. Yes. So that's what I feel. Although, like I said, there is no excuse for rape. So, guys, my advice to you, let's be sincere here. Please learn to hold yourself. Keep your legs closed. If you want to have anything with anybody, go and get married. You can't just come and be raping someone. It is wrong. Remember, you are going to have your own daughter one day. How will you feel if someone else is raping your daughter? So please, hold yourself. Hold yourself. So that's my advice for that.
I think we can also add one more preventive measures. The religious institution have a role to play in this issue. Both the Christian religion, Islamic, just the religious institution, just continue educating your members, enlightening them. Knowledge is power. Give them this knowledge. However, applied knowledge is the power we are talking about here. Let them have the consciousness of this idea that it's insane for you to just take up a girl and just mess her up.
That's very bad. And that's why all the approaches are very, very serious. Because sometimes your father can rape you. We have heard cases of father raping, even the pastors, even the religious people, we've heard cases of them raping members. And that's why all these approaches are important. So that in case you have a problem at home, you have people to talk to in the church. In case you have a problem in the church, you have people to talk to at home. You fall back on the government. So I guess all the approach are very, very, very important.
Interwoven.
Alright, thank you very much, Ms. Fumi Adejumo and Mr. Emmanuel Wonka. I'm very glad seeing you here at this time. And to the viewers all over the world, I want to say a very big thank you to you for giving us your time even to watch us. As we leave now, I want to leave us with this: that rape is wrong. A young man watching me right now, I'm telling you again, rape is wrong. Don't do it.
Wake up, O soul, be clothed in power divine.